Hi everybody. How's it going? Does redeeming channel points for a subscription not work? It does. I don't fulfill all of them right when they happen. I came for misdemeanor, but I'm now excited for a tablet stream. Oh ho ho. I'm glad. Hello. So I think I've mostly got it set up. I'm using an Artist 12 XP Pen tablet. So it's this guy. Got the drivers in there. I can draw, and it seems to work fine. I think. So that's good. Here's what's weird though, is I have to learn like how to use this program, not on a what's the word I'm looking for? Not on like a iPad, because I've mostly just used this program on an iPad. How are you guys? I'm going to here, webcam group. I'm going to do a little of this. Just in case my kid wakes up. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. Trying to like just have it mostly just be me. I'm gonna stream again soon and be like, what the fuck? Soon, as if I don't stream almost every day. One of these days I'm gonna stream again and be really confused what the fuck it is that I did. Oh, can you only make it so small? No. I can make it smaller. It can be smaller. It can be done. It's weird. It's weird, but it's real. Enhance, zoom, rotate, derotate. Minesweeper flashbacks, don't. Oh, there it is. It's like, where the fuck is the pen? Now you can see all of my facial expressions really up close and personal. What? I'm thinking about how we could do a channel point reward for upside down cam. Oh no. It makes some people sick. So I don't know if we should. That's like a ticking time bomb. Don't worry, I'm just scooching you around a little bit until I figure this out. Don't worry about it too much.
Welcome,
it's fine. Shamalame. Welcome to the cat gang. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's so sick. It's like the sickest shit ever. Here's a little Spotify widget. Here's me. I'm not a widget, but you know, I exist. I'm real. Okay, so let's like get back into the groove of like a digital art. Can I? Nope, I can't. Nope, there's no touch anything. It's not touch screen, bitch. Okay, that's fine. Oh my god, this is gonna be so weird after using touchscreen for so long. Oh, that does work though. Hell yeah, bitch. Great. I can use the bottom, the little butt. Turn around. Eros. Wonderful. Okay, that's good. Do a standard anime eye. The true test. The pressure is a little odd currently. Yeah, it's an XP pen. XP pen is the name of the brand. Artist 12 is the tablet that I'm using. Oh, it's stuck. I was like, what's going on here? And then realized the reason that I could see it on this is because it's on this monitor right now. Okay, free yourself. Yeah, I should probably make that a... Oh, never mind. It kicked me out. Never mind. I'm not doing it now. I'll do it later. Yeah, art stream. Little R2 stream. I hope you're all doing well. Do a chill, like, couple hour thing. Okay. Let's open this up and see pen pressure sensitivity. I think I want it to be a little harder just in general. Say okay. Yeah, I think that's a little better. I think that's a little better. I think. Oh my god, it keeps getting stuck on there. Mouse mode, absolute or relative? I don't know what that means. Current pen pressure. I tried Clip Studio a while back and I enjoyed it. I really liked it too. I was saying that I've like barely used it anywhere that isn't on the iPad. The iPad died, so I got just like a tablet that's around the same size as the iPad, like a monitor tablet. It's got a little stand. It's very cute. It also came with one of these like fancy glovies, but I mean, I don't think that I even need to tell you what's gonna happen here. It's so big. It's so big. Cat can go away. Psst. Psst, psst, psst. Psst, 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 psst. It's too large. Okay. Okay, I need to figure out how to adjust shit. Ooh. Texture density. Like on the iPad version, it was pretty straightforward how to like adjust each brush individually. I don't know how to do that on the normal version, so yeah, it's brush size, density, stabilization. like stabilization very much. I want it to go where my handy goes. If I write fart, it better say fart. You know what I'm saying? It better say fart. Okay. Okay, so these are all the pencils. Brush size, the color wheel. Okay. Right. Right. What's the difference between these two? I think this is what I was using before. This looks right. It's like a little bit of graininess, but not like fucking gravel. Carson. Don't look at my art, Carson, don't. Who are some of the artists you study or enjoy their work? Carson, in chat. Go watch Carson. Incredible ink work. Carson is like so amazingly talented. Please go watch Carson Drew It in chat. Holy shit. Now I know what a fart looks like. A fart. That looks like fart, right? I want to say the handwriting is smooth, but I couldn't read it. So this is a cursive F, A, cursive R, and then a standalone T because I'm an anarchist. If I was like just writing, if I was to write like, today I ripped a stellar fart. That's how I would write it. So I'm betraying you a little bit. I do the cursive F. I don't know why. But then I do this. So. Did you ever do calligraphy? No. But I had to. There's a certain age range of people in this chat right now that grew up having to do cursive in school. And when we were in school, we were like, this feels like it might be bullshit. And now that we're adults, we're like, that was bullshit that we had to do that. But now my handwriting is like a little bit of all of it. I do really enjoy like writing in all like uppercase though. I don't do it naturally. Like if I needed to scribble something down, I wouldn't do this. But if I'm thinking about it, I like writing like this. You have to use cursive in college. BS. Oh my god. You typed everything in college. Pfft. Handwriting don't matter for shit. Dumb. Okay, let's try to draw a thing, I guess, to like try and learn this program from scratch. Not from scratch. Because I did technically use it. I just used it as an app instead of as a desktop program. And so a lot of the like hotkeys and things were completely different. So we're learning. Go away. It is weird though. Those pens look strange to me. And I think it's because I messed with all of these pens so much before. Your DPI is set to 72. Oh yeah, I haven't looked at any of that shit. But yes, thank you for pointing that out. This is, if you want to see, like, so I drew a lot of mouths when I was younger. Mouths were like a big thing for me. And then I drew a lot of eyeballs. I would just sit around and draw like this over and over and over again. My notes were just like littered with eyeballs. I don't know why. Or like if I needed to be on the phone or something and I was just sitting there, I would draw eyeballs all over like a notepad or a piece of paper. And I'm sure that in general, they were always terrible because I never once used a reference. I just drew eyeballs. Yeah, just do that shit on everything. I was an eyeball doodler too. What is that about? What is that about? Why do we do that? Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that for now. It always gets bad if I try to add eyelashes. I never would put eyelashes on there because the second I did, it always looked super weird. And I would watch like videos all the time of people putting eyelashes on their eyeballs, and I would be like, that looks so good. And then I would try to do it, and it always looked so strange to me. getting a little warm. Is it always just one eye? Yeah, because here's the thing. You have to be, willing to practice, like, where do two eyeballs go? Or, like, at the angle that you drew the first eyeball, where the fuck is the other eyeball? What direction is it in? There's a reason that nearly everything that I've ever drawn, one eyeball is, like, left for the very end. Because I'm just like, I don't know what to do with that shit. I don't know about that. This is also why I would draw lips and they would never be attached to a face. Because if I drew the lips first, if I'm like, yeah, cute lips, ooh, woo, yeah, mwah, 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 right? Go away. Then, like, then I'd be like, okay, so where's the nose? We got this shit, and then a schnoz, right? Boop, yup. And then some eyeballs, I guess. So I would always have this, like, really detailed mouth, and then just, like, garbage above it. There's a baby spider spinning a web on my arm. That's pretty cute. I've been thinking more and more about getting a tarantula. I think Clark would, like, adore having a tarantula. How does Sam cope with spiders? Sam doesn't care about spiders at all. Sam is better with spiders than I am, and I'm already fine with spiders. The only time that I'm not good with spiders is if they're huge. Have you tried drawing a face with reference? Yeah, of course. I took a bunch of costume design classes, which had like a life drawing element to it. But my professor constantly encouraged me to actually take like a life drawing class, and I never did it. And I really should. But I did lots of like gesture work, lots of like body reference, face reference, like all that kind of stuff. Tarantulas are huge. I know, but they're sweet. And I know that they're sweet. The problem is if I see a big spider in the house and I don't know what type of spider it is and I don't know anything about it, I'm like, is it gonna jump on me? Is it gonna scramble? Like I'm almost done with Strange Practice, by the way. I'm so close. I really wished, while reading this book, I really wished that I was like a booktuber, even though I know that booktube has so much drama. I don't even know about any of the drama. I just know that there is drama because I watch a bunch of booktubers and they're always like, ugh, the drama in the booktube community, am I right? I'm like, yeah. Anyways. But like, while reading this book, I kept wishing that I was one of those people who, some of them literally just read books, and whenever they want to like scream about something that's going on in the book, they'll just turn on the camera and be like, okay, I'm at this point in the book, this is what's happened so far, and what the fuck is going on with this? I don't know what's happening with this. I want to die. And then it cuts to like when they're 100 pages later and they're like, okay, new developments. Here's what's going on. Here's the shit that I'm confused about now. I want to scream. I wish that that was me during some parts of this book. This is a hard angle. I don't know why I did this. It's fine. I'm just trying to learn the program. Vegeta. Yep, it's Vegeta. Here he is, the boy. Yep.
Ooh, Kakarot. Ooh. Ooh.
Then we can do one of these. He's like, you know, them muscle arms.
Me.
You know, those look like muscle arms, right? Yep, I like this. Let's fill in the details. Yep, this is good. This is art. Let's go. Hell yeah. I'm learning. I hope you are. Lining up for a baseball pitch. Yep. He really loves you, though. Deep down.
Oh, woo. Oh, woo.
Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, what the fuck is actually going on with these arms, though? Take this seriously, Dodger. Jesus. The Jesus. I actually don't know. You recently learned you're taller than Vegeta? I don't know that that's hard. I don't think it's hard to be taller than Vegeta. He's a bitty man. A pretty literal version of the Small King. Just to bring it all back around. But if Vegeta says it, it's a command. There's a trope of character that I talk about a lot that I adore, that is kind of colloquially known as the Small King. It's like a really arrogant or powerful in some way character that is super short, and I adore it as a short person. They are power fantasy characters for me. Vegeta, definitely one of them. Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho, definitely one of them. Even though they're children, it totally works for me. Number 5 from Umbrella Academy. Like, just, are you a bitch and are you super short? Are you a bitch because you're actually that powerful and you can be a bitch? Wolverine, absolutely one of them. I love it. Love that shit. Al from Fullmetal Alchemist. It's great. It's great. I love it. Toph 100% has that energy. Yes. Ed from Fullmetal Alchemist. Vegeta dressed as Wolverine. You know, it's funny. I never got super into Levi. I don't know why. I never got super into Levi. I know. Look, Levi is like by far and away the best character in Attack on Titan. And is not treated with the respect that he deserves, but no spoilers. That's a rant for another day. But I never got like I think I'm comparing myself to people like Aaron who are like obsessed with Levi. Yeah, I never got super into Attack on Titan. That's also fair. Just the show in general, I didn't get like amazingly into. I don't know why. Do you like how I'm putting more detail in the hair so I can avoid having to deal with these fucking arms? I wasn't planning on drawing Vegeta. You did this. Not me. You did this, chat. This was just gonna be a guy living his life, and now look, he's an angry alien. Deku from My Hero? No, he is not that trope whatsoever. Deku is not an arrogant bitch at all. He looks like he's blushing. He is, because I made him do this. And then I gave him blush lines. Woo! Oh no! The eraser is too big. There we go. There. Bakugo is, but he is not short. I don't, I'm trying to think if there's anybody in My Hero, or at least as much of My Hero as I've experienced, that is like a short bitch. Grape Kid? No, you guys, you're there are important elements here that you're missing. One of the important elements was they're arrogant for a reason. Mineta is gross. Does not count. Goodbye, Vegeta. I'm trying something else. I'm experiencing a new day, a new life. Also, don't spoil shit. Don't spoil any shows or anything. Please. Trying to think of like something I've wanted to draw for a while. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I've wanted to draw. Oh, interesting. You can like barely see those lines. That's very interesting to me. God, you can't see that at all, can you? There's stuff that I can see, but you can't really. Yeah. So you can see that just fine. You can see that. But like if I'm really gentle with it, you can't really see that. Interesting. It's interesting. If it's right in front of me, it sometimes looks more even than it actually is when I look at the other monitor. Interesting. That's so funny. I can be looking at something dead on, but it's almost like the equivalent of stepping back. If I look at it on this monitor, I can see more like the proportions, like what's wrong with it, you know? No. Like, okay, let's just kind of try to plot out the general area that an eyeball would be. No, look. Oh, God. Just one. One eyeball. Only one. I have no idea what editions of XP Pen are out there. This is just the version that I got. Is this why some characters wear eye patches? Maybe. You just do this. Oh my God, I can't remember. Wait, what? I have a license. Oh, whatever. I'll figure that out later. Wait, what? It won't let me cut? It won't let me copy paste a selection without a license? What on earth? Can't believe microtransactions. You should probably get the license sorted. Yeah, I'm gonna. We're just making sure that the tablet works okay tonight. I'm not that pressed. One of the characters that I really want to play is like a huge tanky tiefling. I feel like so many people make tieflings either like ripped or like really svelte. I want to play like a hot, like large tiefling. An infernal one still, but you know. I've never played a tiefling before, but I feel like I've seen the same tiefling like 80 times. You know, just like in terms of vibe. I want a tiefling with a totally different vibe. A beefling, if you will. I want to play a beefling. Well, also, because, like, I guess he's come up a little bit in the new Arcadum stuff. I don't really watch as much Arcadum as I used to. But, I guess Zach's been coming up, like, in kind of, like, light lore world-building-y ways. And I keep thinking about, like, what he would look like now. And part of me really wants to draw, like, what I imagine. Even though every time I've ever made an attempt to draw Zach, it's turned out horrible. To me, it's been horrible. Yeah, there's just so much. There's so much, right? Did he get much older? Well, if you don't want to know any like Glee's stuff, which is the new area that all of the new campaigns take place in, about Zach, this is the spoiler finger. You can unmute once my finger is down, but mute if you don't want to know anything. So Zach is apparently a demigod. He cannot die because he's like, Gambler Black is basically like keeping him alive. I had said to Arcadum, when he said he was going to do epilogues for everybody, I had said to Arcadum, like, I think Zach at a certain point would probably start to turn into a fiend, basically. And Arcadum was like, I'll keep that in mind. And I feel like this is maybe like a reflection of that idea a little bit. I think he's like been completely souped up on fiend power, and Gambler Black just keeps him alive in perpetuity. So imagining what like a more fiendish version of Zach would look like, I think it would still look mostly like Zach, but but there are like light kind of flavor elements that I think would be really cool to make him almost start to look a little bit more like the boys in certain ways. Like fingers that always look like they're stained with ink, and his teeth like a little bit sharper, and obviously like his skin tone would have gone mostly like gray wash, right? Stuff like that I think would be really cool in like an old version of Zach, you know? So yeah, you're free. I thought he looked cool already. He does look cool already. Zach somehow went from me wanting to make a character that was a fucking nerd to being like one of the like somehow it became like this meme of like, wow, that guy's so cool. And I was like, he's not though. And then you had to dress him in a 3-piece suit. I didn't do that. Arcanum did that. Arcanum fucking magical girled me into a suit. That's not my fault. He's a goddamn elf accountant. He is not cool. Now he is, but he wasn't. Literally like the most unsimpable character, and Kelly's character was like, that's what I want. So he had like somebody who wanted to jump his bones from day one, and then got put into a suit and given a bunch of servants and like all this shit. Everybody was like, wow, that's a powerful, cool guy. And I was like, he's not cool. Now he's cool. Magical girl. It is. That's what we always called it. When a character would like get a transformation sequence, they got magical girled. Kelly got magical girled many times. It's character development. It is. It is. He's a much more confident character now than he was in the first episode. 100%. And so also trying to imagine like personality wise, like, you know, we're what, 500 years later? Is it 500 or was it just 50? Oh fuck, now I don't know. Anyways, however many years later. Anyhow. I like hearing stories about D&D, but I don't like watching it. Oh my god, you are such a blessing. I think most people assume that stories about D&D are really boring. So when I go on a tangent about a D&D thing, I always, in the back of my mind, am thinking I need to wrap this story up ASAP because it is not as interesting to everybody else as it is to me. So that's so sweet. Okay, hold on. Yeah. This looks good. This is some hand reference. Sure. Oh gosh. Okay. Yeah, I think we talked about that the other day, that like it's just for whatever reason some people really love D&D shows with video, and some people really love it without. Most of the time, I want a D&D show that I don't have to be watching, you know? Oops. What a terrible hand. Where are the knuckles on this? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's a quick reference. It's fine. It's fine. God, I need to do hands more often. It's so interesting, like what winds up being really difficult to do, and how hands are like almost universally something that people struggle with. Like, what's that all about? Why are hands so hard? Why? Why are they so hard? You know who draws incredible hands? I like really love hands, specifically like hands that look really like strong. Jossum draws amazing hands. Go and look at their art sometime if you haven't before. I've commissioned them a couple of times, but like their hands are so good. All of their hands look like so strong, like just like really powerful hands. It's so cool. I want to draw hands like that. Oh, thanks. I am having fun. Art's always fun. Even if you're struggling. This sort of shit. It is an XP pen, Artist 12. What's that? I was supposed to call my mom. Fuck. I was supposed to call her on Thursday and I didn't. And then texted her today and said, hey, can I call you? And she was like, sure. Fuck. Oh my God, I'm the worst. Shit. I feel so bad. It sucks. It's still pretty early for her. Yeah. It is pretty early for her. I think she's having a game night with my auntie, so I don't know when they're doing that. Falling down poses. Oh my God. What an interesting pose. You can't tell from this, but in this picture, the person is like holding a baseball bat and then going like this. Like, saw an old person bending over with a cane. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, that's 100% what that actually looked like. God, this is actually horrifying. I was like, what does the batter from Off look like again? I think he's just a dude in a baseball outfit with like a baseball cap covering his face. And that is what he is, but Jesus Christ, people have done some weird ass art of him. What does the neck look like on one of these shirts? One of these fucking baseball shirts. What am I doing? The baseball bat is behind him. Oh, silly, silly, silly. It's fine. It's fine, it's a sketch. Who gives a shit? It's fine, it's a sketch. Who gives a shit? How big is a bat in relation to a body? In relation to like a grown-ass adult? Bigger than this, I feel like. Oof. Bigger. As long as an arm? Is it? Because in a lot of these pictures I'm looking at, the bat is definitely longer than an arm. In the reference pose, it's it's across the shoulders. So like this with the bat here. But part of my mistake was that, well, lots of mistakes here. Is that, in the picture, nope. That looks like a different thing. That looks like he's going to a kink party. I'm trying to do like an old-timey looking bat, but it's not working. It's just kink talk now. I'm sorry, batter. I did you dirty. Yeah, yeah. Maybe that's more PC. Not PC. More family-friendly way to put it. More, yeah, safe for work. PG. Could have been Yamcha. Nah. He batter from off. Man. What's that game doing these days? Wow. I barely ever get the anime reference. This is a game called Off, an old indie game called Off, in which you play the batter. Yo, I'm feeling good about this though, this tablet. I don't think it'll take too much for me to like learn how to use it. Like learn how to use the desktop version on the tablet. God, I really shit. I need to know if anybody in my life has read Strange Practice. I just want to yell at somebody about it. How many books are there in that series? I'm so worried. Look, there are exactly 2 characters that I adore in this first book, and I'm terrified that they're gonna die. I'm terrified that they're gonna die. I'm also, there's another thing that I'm like, oh, I really hope that this doesn't happen. So there's like character death and also just a general like thematic thing that I really hope doesn't happen. And I'm like, how many books are there? Because the more books there are, the more opportunity there is for it all to go really fucking south, right? How many books are there? Vivian. How many of these fucking books have you written? Oh? Is this the fourth one? So it looks like there's... Or just the third. It looks like there's 3, and the third one has not come out yet. Yeah. Oh, good. Slash, oh no. Anyway, back to the batter.
I'm the batter. I'm the batter. I'm the main character.
It's a series of books called the Dr. Greta Helsing books, and the main character is a direct descendant of Van Helsing, and so she's a doctor to the undead. And the first book so far has been like so good. I'm almost done with it. It's been so good. And there are 2 specific characters that I'm like, I adore them. If you've read these books, I don't know if you I don't know if anybody else cares about these characters as much as I do. There are 2 characters that I'm like, if they die, I'm out. If they die, I'm out. I'm done. I'm leaving the book. Yeah, so she's a doctor to vampires, ghouls, wares, mummies, like all kinds of shit. And she's, like however many in a line of doctors to the undead. And gets wrapped up in like a crazy thing happening in London. No, she's not a hunter. They describe that there's like a specific point in history where the family went from like hunters to using the knowledge that they have to protect instead. Yeah, there's like a scene, I guess this is a minor spoiler, but there's a scene where she's talking about like helping out mummies, and she's saying that like mummies are one of her favorites because it's a lot of like bone replacement. So it's like basically taking bones out that have been worn for, however many years, that have been worn down to basically nothing, and replacing them with like a new 3D printed one because it's the modern age, right? And how much that makes a huge difference in how the mummies are able to move around and stuff like that. Just like clever little things. There's an NPR review of book 1 that's basically, the plot's pretty standard, the characters are great. The characters are great. Again, there's 2 characters I care about way more than everybody else, but honestly, there is not a single character that I think is written poorly or is like uninteresting. It's a book, it's a novel, yeah. But there's a series. I'm almost through the first book. Now I'm gonna have to... I still haven't read Harrow the Ninth. I Still have to read that. I got a little gun shy with Hair of the Ninth because it's so divisive. Like, some people really didn't like it. I feel bad for everybody who shows up in the in-between stage of me having, like, drawn a thing and then erased it. They're like, has she done anything this stream? Maybe. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Don't worry about it. It's an XP pen is the name of the company, and it's called an Artist 12 tablet. The #2 art streamer in the English language on Twitch with a blank screen. Now I'm #1. This is what it took. This is what it takes to get to the top, baby. Ooh. The fuck? I can't remember what Jisuya's hair looks like right now. I'm gonna do an outfit of the day. I would love to do like a co-op art stream with some art friends, yeah. I mean, I would feel unworthy, but I would do it. It wasn't, no. It was meant to be me. Me in my current form. A nipple? What? The fuck do you mean a nipple? No. No eyebrows. Oh, I wish it was easier to turn this like it was on iPad. Yeah, I really wish I could just like pinch in and out. Yeah, eyebrows are weird on this. Let's see how. Ooh. Taking off this bandage because it's hurting. Oh, but now my finger looks all weird. I don't like it. Oh. I'll just be an egg. Am egg. Am egg. I really like drawing like this though. Like starting with a face like that. It's really accessible for me. Just starting with like for the face. Egg? Her? This is also how I drew Moral, was with this face shape. Because it also really works with mushroom people. To just be like, I don't know. Whoop. Whoop. Holy shit, I'm a mushroom now. Tight. Damn, when did that happen? When did I turn into a mushroom? Crazy. Oops. That's like what Wisp's top bit looks like. Whoops. It costs that much 'cause it takes me fucking hours. Looks like a Hollow Knight character. Hey, Kale. This is my, well, it's me drawing my mushroom kid that I play in a VR LARP. I keep forgetting that they have 4 arms. I was like, why? Right. Because there's 4 arms that I have to draw. Or Moral could also be an egg. How many eggs do I feel like drawing today? Oh yeah. So I wanted to... Yeah. 4, it's 1 more than anyone could ever need, you know? This is the hard part. The fucking arms. Even though it's a sketch, it shouldn't matter. It does, though. You'd hit your elbow twice as much. You know? True. There's pros and cons to all lives. Keep trying to pinch it out and I can't. And I can't. Are they a cook? They're a pharmacologist. They develop medicine. So it's a mortar and pestle. And then the last hand I wanted to have like grabbing like plants. It's really fun to RP in game because I literally, as the player, will come up with an idea and then ping a DM and be like, I want to try to make this. And they're like, all right. Basically, if I can give them enough of a reason to think like, sure, then they'll just let me try to make it. It's great. I'm the only mushroom person with 4 arms, to be clear, in Callus Row. So far. And then the like wacky woo-ha version that that I keep talking about doing, where it's like 3 eyes and fucking like 6 arms, just like everything's fine. I keep wondering how difficult that would be to like adjust the model that much. No. Everybody else is a normal humanoid. All of the other myconids are normal humanoids. They have 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head, but with like a mushroom cap on top. Moral has 4 arms because Moral was developed in a lab, and one of the lab things that they kept doing was cutting off Moral's arms to do tests on the arms because they knew that the arms would always grow back. But eventually the body got like so stressed from always having the arms taken that it grew 4 arms. So that's the backstory. Silpha, thank you so much for the gifted subs. That's very sweet. If you're gifted a sub by Silpha, please take the time to say thank you. Silpha's a big Callus Row nut, so I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, well, like the big boon for all of the myconids that we all have is that we grow back, right? If we take a certain amount of damage, we just consolidate our bodies into like a smaller form. And we can always regenerate our bodies back, like almost entirely. So when I was like, I really want to be a myconid that was like developed in a lab, or like they found a spore that was infused with magic and they were like, this might turn into one of the sentient mushrooms, we should take it back to the lab and see what happens. It's like if they were going to test on a mushroom person in that situation, they would probably be like, we'll just like take limbs, they grow back, right? And it also like doesn't seem to ever hurt the mushroom people that much. Like if we're referencing RP, like Wisp literally tried to eat her own hand. Like they don't really care. But the stress of having like the arms taken constantly, the body just started growing more, which is why I was like, I feel like it would be cool if I gave up the boon of being able to regenerate easily or like consolidate the body, and instead had a thing where like the body can grow a bunch more for a short period of time. I'm a little stoned. I thought you were coming out as a mushroom person. This is me now. It's like a crab pulling off a Claudius as a club. No, for real. Like in season 1, Bo, who's one of the OG mushroom people in Callus Row, Bo literally cut off her own arm to sell it to somebody. Like they don't give a shit, right? But it's the matter of like she did that to herself, right? Wisp ate her own hand, Bo cut off her own arm. It's different in a situation where somebody is constantly taking your arms from you, right? Eventually something's gonna happen. So yeah, Moral's a sweetheart that really hates corpse, really hates the upper city, really hates Nirvana specifically because that's where they were developed, and otherwise is just like a chill dude. So in Undercity, in the storyline in Undercity, there's like some people that really want like corp interference because it protects us, and then there are people who are like, nah, Undercity should like be their own thing and like not have anybody else interfere, right? Like we should be totally independent. And Moral is 100% one of those people that's like, get him the fuck out of here. I don't want those bitches in here. What the fuck is happening with this hand? Sad Ricky noises. I've only met Rick like in game. I've only met Ricky once. Not enough for Moral to suddenly be like, maybe the corpse aren't so bad. Enough to be like, I met a rat person. That's pretty cool. Anyways, anarchy. But yeah, I think like this kind of like style vibe would be a really good like next phase for Moral. So Moral, I wanted to have look like just a weird kind of skater kid in season 2, and I think this would be like a good like next version of that style aesthetic, really. Like just ripped up denim vest with like patches all over it, and like a mesh shirt and shit. Why the fuck can't I do this hand? Why is this bothering me so much? Have you considered fingerless gloves? I've thought about something like that. So Moral currently has like bracelets, like an indeterminate number of bracelets on each arm. So do I keep those, or yeah, do I do something else like more like push it kind of like biker aesthetic? I don't think a tattoo would stay on a mushroom body. Maybe it would. But like Moral has like little holes in the bits that look like hair. So I kept thinking like earrings would be really cute, like in those. Just like little things like that I would love. Yeah. I'm kind of over this tattoo. It just fucking rips that bit of flesh off. Yeah, I think it would be cute. I had thought at one point, I was like, oh, maybe nail polish. They don't have nails. There would be nowhere for that to go. So yeah. Just paint the whole finger. Yeah. Oh, I actually totally forgot it. They have like kind of weird, like, it's not fluff though. Like at the wrist, there's kind of more of this sort of thing. Kind of like weird, kind of like boxy fluff type stuff. That's fine. How many toes does Moral have? 6? I think it's just 3 big toes on each foot, if I recall correctly. Their feet are always out. No shoes fit these feeties. I think it's 3 toes on each foot, I think. I need to like... Oh. So it is actually pretty easy to like zoom in and out. And flip it. That's nice. I should do one of those like you know when people do those outlines that are like the character and then like their bag and what's in their bag, like an inventory screen, and then like their likes and all that shit. I should do that for Moral. That would be fun. I should do that for all my D&D characters. Aelis's would be the funniest one because Aelis canonically has like never had normal gear ever. Because I really committed, because Aelis's whole thing is that at the very start of the campaign, Aelis like through a spell crash lands. Cara Corvus, thank you so much for the raid. Hello everybody. What's up? I hope you had an amazing stream. I'm breaking in a new tablet. Doing some doodling. So welcome. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I'm only going to be streaming for another like half an hour or so, but I would love it if you stuck around. I don't do a ton of art streams. I want to do more of them though, so I normally just draw by myself. But I don't want to. I want to do more drawing streams, so welcome. But yeah, Aelis's whole thing is that he like crashed onto a pirate ship because of a spell, right? And so when I was putting together the character, I was like, Aelis doesn't have anything. He was like, what do you mean? I was like, cause he didn't think that this is where he was gonna wind up. So so he has a book bag with a book in it. And that's basically like, and that maybe, and that's basically it. He does not have any of the normal equipment that you would start a campaign with, and he never has. To this day, all he has is a book bag with books and paper and a quill in it, and that's it. And sometimes I'm like, you know, it would be so nice if I had rope. If I had literally anything that made sense to have, that would be good. It is a nice quill. It's very true. It is a nice quill. He's angry. That's Aelis. I don't need to draw anything else. Dex. A quill. That's it. That's the character. That's my boy. That's A-list. That's A-list. There he is. Well, the next Pirate D&D stream was supposed to be tonight, but we decided to cancel because of just like player stuff that was going on, like personal life stuff, and we were like, let's just cancel for today. So, an angry short boy. He is. I made an executive decision and decided that he's 14 now. At some point, his birthday happened. When was it? Who knows? The ankles are missing. What, on A-list? Looks like Toad from Mario. This kid? This is my... I'm in a VR LARP. And this is my character. It's like a Shadowrun based world. But I play like a Myconid, like a mushroom kid. Does he know his birthday? So that's the thing, right? Is that he was kind of like given a birthday, but he doesn't know his actual birthday. And I don't think he ever would. Is there a button to just like... Yeah, great. How's the new tablet? I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Yeah, honestly, no problems with the tablet whatsoever. It's just been me like getting used to using this program as a desktop program instead of an app like on the iPad. So... That is a big ass moth. Hey, honey. Oh, he's angry too. He's like, where am I? Darling. Darling. Oh, honey. Oh, he's just smashing into shit. You're gonna hurt yourself. Well, okay. Yeah. XP Pen, so far, big fan. I thought you were looking for the other Dodger, the one that Clark saw. You know, my kid's an enigma. At like 6:30, she was like, is it bedtime? And Sam was like, do you want it to be bedtime? And she was like, yeah. We're like, okay. I was like, well, we need to take a bath, so I'll run you a bath. And then once you're done with your bath, if you want to just crawl into bed and go to sleep, you can. And she was like, okay. So she took a bath, recently, a lot of times during the bath, she'll hit a point where she's like, I'm done, and just climb out. So she took like a hot second bath. And then I was like, okay, we'll read some books, then we'll climb into bed. She was like, okay. So we read some books, we climbed into bed. And I like snuggled her a little bit. And the second we were in bed, she was like, Mommy, we should do this. Mommy, can we play this game? Mommy, look at this. Mommy, look at that. Mommy, let me tell you a story. And I was like, honey, honey, I thought you wanted to go to sleep. Kids. She wanted to go to bed, not to sleep. You know, fair. There's too many things to do when you're a kid. She took like a nice long nap, so I'm hoping sleep begets sleep, and she just sleeps great tonight, and we don't have any like waking up in the middle of the night screaming sort of shit. We shall see. Are they disco pants? They're like ripped up jeans, but Moral's legs are like trunks, you know? Like all of their limbs are just... Yeah, and then the feet are like weird shit too. But yeah. Should be fun. Should be cute. Cute kind of vibe. He's hot. He's hot. XP Pen IPS. I don't know what that means. I got the Artist 12 tablet by XP Pen. And it's great so far. Big fan. And it's very small, which is nice. Oh. Oh. There's a zoomy right here on the side. What does this do? Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it still has a screen and everything. But it's like a very manageable size. I like it a lot. Does Moral have elbows? Not really. No. I'm thinking about getting one for my... Oh my goodness, Jessup, thank you for the raid. Hello. Welcome, raiders. We doodlin'. We doodlin'. I'm only gonna be here like 10 more minutes. But I appreciate you all very much. If you want to stick around, we'll find somebody lovely to raid. Hand over your adorable mushroom girls. This is a raid. Fine. Here, I'll draw you a different one. There, you can have that one. Yeah, it's called the one that I got is called an XP Pen Artist 12. XP Pen is like, in comparison to brands like Wacom, is like so affordable. Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. So this stream literally has just been me like drawing things, erasing them, just to like get used to the tablet and the Clip Studio I used on the iPad before the iPad busted. But it was the app version, which operates differently from the desktop version. So I'm kind of like learning how the desktop version works, I guess. Jesse's game was kind of sexy and badass. I'm happy for him. Very happy for him. I'm glad you all had a badass, sexy time. This is my mushroom character in a VR LARP that I'm in. I want them to have like kind of a like clothing change for season 3, which we have like a year before season 3 happens. So I'm just doodling Moral, my little mushroom kid, because I miss them. Anyway, Here, let's... Bye, Moral. It's been real. What should be our final doodle? The final doodle. Mushroom thingy gone. Mushroom thingy lives on in our hearts. Wow. Lots of chickens? Were chickens a big part of the game that Jesse was playing? Someone said a chicken on a skateboard, so... There you go. A hot chick. It's the sun being a big old creep. What's wrong? Are you hot? What's wrong? Is it too hot? It's too creepy. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll put him back here. They're holding fries. Okay. What else? If anybody wants to get this tattooed on themselves, you have my permission. Hell yeah. Maybe don't, if you're going to, skip the stink lines. I don't think that it's clear, like, what they are, you know? Can you wear a kimono? I don't know how to draw a kimono, but I feel like I can maybe draw a bathrobe. he looks like he's given up on life. It evolved into a different chicken. Disco Elysium. This is what Disco Elysium is about. Oh, wait. There. This is what Disco Elysium is about. Anyway, play Disco Elysium. It's a great game. It's just this. Still number 3 in art. Good. Good. Oh, goodness. I don't know what else I could possibly draw that would be better than this. Aside from another chicken, but with its back to you, and the jacket says "fuck the world," but I feel like I need renewed energy for that. It is a box of French fries. He's smoking, but he's holding French fries. Chat created this. One shoe! Wait. There we go. Now it's Disco Elysium. Very disco. Oh goodness. Well, I'm delighted. I'm very happy with this tablet. Again, for everybody who is asking, it's an XP Pen is the name of the brand. XP Pen Artist 12. This is how big it is in comparison to me. Definitely decently sized, has a screen on it, etc. I got this to replace our iPad, like completely bit the dust. And I was using that to do a lot of my digital drawing, so I just got myself this to sort of replace it, and I'm really happy with it so far. Yeah. Which of your chickens is this? None of them. All of my chickens are sassy, energetic ladies. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Oh my goodness. This is why I gotta go. I'm sleepy today. My kid woke me up at 5. Arnar, thank you so much for all the gifted subs. Very sweet. We had a Valentine from Raptor who said, I'm sending a little love to Dukes in chat. I haven't been able to catch a stream in a hot minute. I've been busy with my first real job. Woo! I hope everyone has a lovely day. Thank you so much, Raptor. I'm glad you were able to swing by. Oh my gosh. Is Jossum still streaming? 12 minutes ago. Hell yeah. I would love to raid Jossum, especially when we've been doing art. Absolutely. Dr. Subterfuge, thank you very much for the gifted subs as well. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, let's read the activity feed really fast and I'll shoot you guys over to Jossum. Jossum is an amazing, lovely friend, artist, super, super talented. Earlier when I was like, I have this friend Jossum who draws like incredible hands. It's this person. So go say hi, spread love, spread joy. Really quick though, let's read these off. Svensonitis, thank you for the 54 months. Stoltheim Reinbach for the 37. Serpkak for the 21. Shamalame, again, welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you so much. No Frank for the 38. Shifty Monk for the 55. Lilith's Wrath for the 15. Korgster for the 31. Arnor for the 9. Happy Twitch baby. Wake for the 33. Colander for the 56. Nab that cat and run for the 3 years. Happy anniversary. Ebony Blackwell for the 1 year as well. Happy anniversary to you, both of you guys. Thank you so much for all the support. Dong Bomb, thank you for the 7. Keen of Munch for the 4. Harry Milky for the 3. Silpha for all the gifted subs about an hour ago. Thank you, thank you. Retrum for the 50. Karakorvis and Rudicorn, thank you very much for the raids. Jesse, thank you so much for the raid as well. Anybody who stuck around after those raids, if you haven't been here before, our community is super sweet, very wholesome. It's really chill here most of the time, so if you ever want to come back, we would love to see you. Antiphis, thank you for the 32 months. Firestorm Fim for the 67. Molly Bree for the 18. Ever Zephyr for the 9. And Arnar and Dr. Subterfuge, thank you so much for the gifted subs. I appreciate it, guys. I think Jossum's channel is just Jossum. Let me double check. Yes, wonderful. Go say hi. And I do not have a stream tomorrow. I'm on Godforged, which is a D&D show on Joe Fudge's channel, but I won't be streaming again here until Monday. So I'll see you then, or I'll see you when I see you. Take care, and bye-bye. Thanks so much for watching, guys.